Hey everyone, this is Steven, back from the holidays and back here with a weekly update on marketing and technology and customer experience. I hope you guys had a wonderful summer. I had the pleasure to spend a lot of time with my children and my family, my wife. Did some traveling, spent some time at home with some friends, and now back with full energy to talk about everything you need to know about the world of customer experience and technology. Good to have you back in my show, friends. Google is launching a free AI kit to help people to find abusive child content. And this is a priority for many companies that, like in their fora online or on social media posts, when you get reactions and they are very negative or very discriminating towards children or abusive, this is something that you don't want to have on your own profiles, or you don't want to have this in general on the web. Now Google is helping out every company and every individual to really remove that kind of content through smart AI systems that can detect it, that can know who is the person behind it, and that can actually help to make sure that we don't have that kind of bad content online. There's a really interesting piece of research this week. It came from researchers from the University of Washington in the US. They figured out through a deep learning analysis a link between what a city looks like and the number of people with overweight in those areas. And they combined data from public sources, and one of the key resources was Street View, for instance. And based on this analysis, they can actually predict with a great accuracy where people live with overweight. And in the future, this will help people to develop cities and to create cities that help people from not getting overweighted. And the crazy thing is, it's for instance, the number of pet stores seem to have a big influence. People with a pet go walking more and go playing in the parks more. And they found out a number of these small details that can make a real difference in helping people not get ill at a certain moment. Fun fact of the week, there's the Google app, the art and culture app, that allows you to take a selfie and then they make a comparison of your face with a painting, and then they tell you what you actually look like or what your face looks like. If I look to my results, I would assume that AI is not where I would hope that it would be yet. Quite disappointing. I saw some other ones that were more accurate, but just something to have fun, and always good to have a fun fact in the show. Amazon is the second company next to Apple that reaches the value of $1 trillion. This is incredible, especially if you know that about a year ago, the day that they acquired Whole Foods at June 17 last year, they were only worth 500 billion. So it's crazy to see that such a big company in almost a small year increases its value like crazy. And Jeff Bezos, his personal net worth used to be 100 billion a couple of months ago. Today it's 166 billion dollars. Can you imagine that? Abilify MySight was the first digital pill that was approved by the FDA. That actually happened last year in the US. And now they're gonna roll it out, and this is really cool. This is a pill that you swallow, obviously, and there are sensors in the pill that let every stakeholder see if you actually took the pill, if it's doing the work that it's supposed to do. But this can help, of course, with people that have a chronic disease to make sure that they take their medication at the right time. So children or doctors can help some elderly people, for instance, to remember that they have to take their medication, which can improve their quality of life. So this is a new step in medical situations in the future of health. A digital pill approved by the FDA is being rolled out as we speak. The new battlefield for technology companies is India. India is of course one of the largest markets in the world, and now you see that companies like Facebook and Google, they are trying to get as many market share as possible. Both Google and Facebook have now about $1 billion in revenues in India, which is a lot of money, but for those companies and on such a market, it is still a very tiny bit. So you can imagine that they are both trying to get as much of that market as possible. Other companies are moving in as well. And it's going to be interesting to see which of the more US-based companies are going to win in India, or if we're going to see maybe some Chinese companies that move into India. But it's definitely going to be a big battle for such an interesting market. Uber is launching Uber Cash this week, and this is an idea that they allow people to put some cash on their Uber account, and they can use that cash to pay for services like Uber Eats. And the incentive that they give is that they give people a discount of about 2%. So if they put money on the Uber account, they get those 2%. And this is the beginning of something that more companies are trying, like Starbucks has been doing that with their app. but also Grab. And Grab is the Uber-like company of Southeast Asia. They're by far the market leader there. It's very successful for them there. And they started like Uber to create a payment service, let's say, for their own services. But it's so successful that they made it into a wallet. And Uber may be doing the same thing, that you actually get a wallet that you don't just pay for Uber services, but that you can pay your Uber account to pay for other services of other companies and to become a leader in mobile payments. Looking at the market share that Uber has in taxi services or taxi-like services of 75%, it could be really valuable for them to go in that market of mobile payments, knowing that especially in the US and in Europe, there's no market leader yet, there's no market yet, but at a certain point this will take off and Uber will take a position there. So I think this is an interesting evolution to follow. Okay guys, this was my weekly update. I hope you enjoyed it. It's good to be back here with a weekly show. Enjoy your weekend and I hope to see you again next week. Bye bye.